forever to hop up in there. All right, look, we live, baby. We is live. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Yo, what up, y'all? Um, had some technical difficulties before I hopped up in here. What up, Sabona? Sabona. Um, and so just wanted to hop up in here. It's been a minute since I've been on live, y'all. And I gotta chop it up with my people. Um, why do my lips look ashy? This is crazy. This is madness. But first of all, what's up? What's up? Let's get some people in the bill. Share this with the people. Share the live with the people. I posted on my social. I think I posted on my Twitter and my Instagram and all that jazz. I want to have a little aesthetic in the back. We gotta have a little innocence in the background. Can I put it in there? See if that works. Nope. Come on, dog. There we go. All right. We got a little incense in the background. Let's go. Let's go. What up? What up? What up? But yeah, so it's been a minute since I gone live. First of all, I miss y'all. Um, I need to post some of these skits that I've been doing on here, like actually on my feed, not just on the shorts. But it's a lot of stuff that I'm working on, right? Number one, still working on getting back to SA. I ain't got a date for y'all. And cut to the chase. I ain't got a date for y'all. But I'ma post the ticket and we just gonna drop it when it's happening. Right? Because it's been so long and so many things have been happening that once I set a date for myself, something else happens. And so I just have to buy it and just be like, no matter what happened, we going. Um, Two, uh, I was supposed to come last year, and in August my aunt passed, and we had a lot of things set up. We were talking about a reality show. If you're in the WhatsApp group, you know what's up, right? And so, shout out to Big Spooder doing this thing, coming, changing the narrative. Brother, I saw it out there doing this thing. I haven't seen him post for a while, but shout out to him. I know he's doing this thing out there. Our WhatsApp group as a collective is coming to Josie. If you want to be a part of that and you're an artist or creative from South Africa or the States, just reach out to me, DM me on Instagram, and we can chop it up. And so, that was supposed to happen, and my aunt passed. I was supposed to come at the end of last year, and my aunt passed. And so since then, uh, I've been grieving. What up? What up, InfoSec? Long time, man. Long time, brother. And since then, I've been grieving. I've been dealing with family stuff, dealing with personal stuff. preparing myself to be in a space where I can travel and not have to worry about nothing, no finances, no visas, no nothing. And so that takes time. This is literally one of the hardest things that I've done in my life. Like literally, like if I had to pick, aside from losing my mother, aside from losing my mother, this is literally the hardest thing that I've had to do in my life. And so this journey has been crazy. And I've had highs and lows, you know. Um, Last time I was that side, it was very beautiful. And I started my YouTube journey, right? And and for sure, Shepo in the building. And yeah, so started my YouTube journey, came back to the States. My other aunt passed when I was still in SA. And I came back to the States, right? Regrouped, planned to come back. A lot of stuff has happened, a lot of deaths, a lot of personal stuff, a lot of business that I had set up fell through that side. And so it's been more so, the time that I've been taking is more so building my own, not depending on anybody that's saying, yo, let's do a deal, let's do this, let's do that, right? I just been building my own so that I'm self-sufficient here and when I'm that side. And it's been crazy, man. And so I think this year is finally the year where I'm in a better position to do those things as I'm coming out of my grief, as I'm learning, as far as business, as far as Zulu, as far as how I create and where I want to go, what direction I want to go, right? And so that's been a journey within itself. And that's what's taken me so long to come back. Um, but I'm coming back this year. I mean, I never, listen, you know, it's hard when you have people that are looking at you and they see all your moves. You got to find out what level of transparency you want to have with them, right? And so that's been hard because I'm a very private person. Um, but what I will say for sure, for certain, no matter what happens, no matter what happens, no matter who the president is, no matter if somebody else passes away, which is inevitable, people pass. We've had like 3 deaths in the family this year. Um, Money, anything, anything that has been an obstacle in the past 2024, I'm going back to South Africa. 2024, my business is where it needs to be. 2024, taking the wisdom and the lessons that I've learned from this journey thus far to move forward. And so that is a challenge within itself, but it's a promise that I'm making to myself. You know what I mean? Which is why I say I'm not even putting out dates no more. I done told dates, honey. It's like, look, man, I'm coming. And I can imagine, I have people that side to try and come to the States, and they know how hard it's been. They've had to come back and forth or regroup or stack. It's hard, man. This life is very, very hard unless you're somebody that's rich or somebody that has tapped into something that has allowed them the leisure of traveling when they want and doing what they want whenever they want. For me, you know, this has not only been like a growth process with my content, but did my incense really go up? This has not only been a growth process with my content, but with me as a person, me as a man, me as a creator. And so that's why I said this is the hardest thing I've done in my life. You know, prior to 2020, I had no real admiration or ambition to be a social media, to have a social media presence, to be a creator. I was more so into music and acting, and now I've incorporated those things in my content. And so, you know, when people say overnight success is like really 10 years, they ain't joking. You know, I'm like 4 years in the game as far as when I first started until now. And as far as when I first went to SA, I'm like 3 years in the game. And so this whole thing has been something that's very, very, it exposes you, so to speak. Because when you do something, when you make a mistake, people see it, right? You see it. You can't hide from that. When you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, people see it. You see it. It's accountability. So every step of the way, it's no longer, you know, you can fail in private and nobody knows. But when you when you in this game, everybody knows. And so that's been a real battle for me. And I won't say struggle. I think most people use struggle. I say battle because I'm fight against it. And you just have to. And this has exposed all the things that even in my personal life are a battle. It's like, okay, well, then it's no more excuses. You just got to do it. And so I just wanted to tap in with my people and be like, yo, I'm still coming. You know, and South Africa won't just stop there either. But South Africa, my friend was telling me this last night, and she just hit me on WhatsApp while we're on here, is that South Africa is the entry point to all of Africa. So if you look at like Big Brother, Young, Rich, and African, all these shows, they're filmed in South Africa. And I didn't even think about that at first. I just went there, just being like, y'all want to, you know, do this. I want to explore. Started tapping with the industry, started to create my own as far as film and stuff like that, right? And so that's been a journey. That's been a journey. And so, really, truly, I just want to thank anybody that's been going through this journey with me, for the support, for the love, for like the encouragement, for opening my eyes to things that I didn't even see about myself, so that I believe, so that I have the courage, so that I have the thick skin, so that I grow. And that's been something that y'all have played such a major, major role in, right? My people this side too, my family, my Umdini, you know, my blood family and my extended family now, right? And I'm just gonna keep going. Like I said, we 4 years in. I think by the fifth year, by the end of this year, it's gonna be like really, really tight about what is clear that I want to do with the platform that I have. and how we're profiting from it, right? And that's been a blessing within itself. And so I'm so appreciative for the journey. I'm so appreciative to Allah for blessing me with the opportunity. And I just want to keep going. What is going on? And so many, sorry, something's happening outside my window. I got this big ass window here, y'all. I can't even see it, but big ass window. But yeah, so that's really the bulk of what I wanted to say. To tap in with y'all and communicate. And I think what happens with me, even in my personal life, when I'm going through stuff, I just get in my bubble and I'm not really communicating like that. And so there's a sense of obligation to communicate with my people, right? And so this is me doing it. And I'm going to tap in here more. I be going on TikTok Live and Instagram Live, and some of y'all don't have me over there. So I'm bringing them over here and vice versa. Like I posted the links over there, like come over here. Because some of them don't even know me from my YouTube journey. Everybody knows me from something different. Some people know me from TikTok. Some people know me from Instagram. Some from YouTube, right? And so I'm going to tap in more with y'all to give y'all updates. More content coming over here, more long form. If you haven't seen my shorts and the stuff I've been doing on TikTok, check that out. But it's a journey, yo. And this thing is no joke. When people talk about, you know, when you live your dreams or your passion, that you'll never work another day in your life and you'll be happy and all these things, that ain't true. It's a struggle. It's probably even more of a struggle with your passion because you have to be so vulnerable with that. You know, when I do comedy and different things that are like more scripted, it doesn't matter because I'm just messing around. I'm not really tripping on it. But when you let people in your life and they commenting on your life and how you move and what you're doing and all these things, that's very personal. And so somebody introverted like me is something that I've had to adjust to, but I look at it as a necessary evil, so to speak, a necessary obstacle, right? It's like I could be more closed off, but what help does that do? That don't help me grow. That don't help y'all get to know me more. That don't help y'all get to see the journey. A lot of creators come on here and they make it look sweet. You know, they don't tell you, they always are transparent about where the money comes from and how they do this and that. And so you don't know. But like I said at the beginning, unless you're rich or unless you have a career that allows you to travel and work remotely full time, this is no joke because you have to put up your own money, which I've done. I've spent thousands and put that in this. And you got to do that sometimes and don't always get a return. It's an investment, just like anything else. You know, I get returns with cryptos and stocks and different things, but not always this, right? And so I did, you know what, hold, let me back up. I did just get a check from YouTube. I did just get a check from YouTube, another check. But I'll say it's not enough to sustain my lifestyle. I have to do other things. You have to do other things when you're in this game. And that's vulnerability of being a creative. What up, Subi Cecil? And so that's where I'm at with it. And but for me, and y'all hold me accountable, I gotta step in the room sometimes and be like, look, this was going on. You know what I mean? My aunt passed away. Another uncle passed away. We had to go to Memphis, Tennessee. I got family members that are sick and going through stuff, right? I'm going through, I have a illness with my stomach that I've been battling with that I have to go get checked out again and I might need surgery for. And it could turn into something really serious that could take me out the game if I don't handle it. So these things are important. And so you got to balance. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate you watching my old stuff. But you can look at my new stuff too. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm still creating, right? Um, but yeah, I have my own illness to deal with. So, I'm constantly trying to balance all of that. And then I have to learn how to be more transparent with y'all in the interim. And so that's my struggle, or that's my battle, but I'll be more honest about it, right? Instead of just going ghost and not really talking like that. But do make sure that you follow me on Instagram. Do make sure you follow me on TikTok. It's Khalis8. Same everywhere. And Twitter. Twitter's a little more aggressive. You know what I mean? It's a little more aggressive, but I'm there. I'm there too. So you can holler at me there too. This is my aunt's house, by the way. My aunt that passed. This is her house. That's my uncle's painting in the back. It's a lot of history throughout my family here. And, I partially grew up here as a teenager. So this is nostalgic for me. This is healing for me to be here. And that's why I've been here. What up, Fatima? And so, this is where I'm at, guys. I'm dealing with life just like you. I ain't rich yet. I ain't, balling. I ain't in a $1 million rand spot. You know what I mean? I am here. I think it's this perception that all Americans are rich or something. And I guess, dollars does make us a little. Thank you, thank you. No, I'm definitely coming back. I'm definitely coming back. And we're gonna get well soon for sure. Um, but yeah, man, you know, I I have a different path and I've accepted that, right? And to be honest, if I really wanted to just give up, I just would, because this is what your grandma would say is medicine. I don't know if y'all have that there. Like, your stomach hurt, drink some ginger ale. Um, it's like Dave Chappelle with the tussin. Just put some tussin on it. But yeah, so I'm saying all that to say is that I deal with stuff just like y'all do. And I'm putting myself in a position that I don't have to deal with the other stuff. And I think this is what kind of deterred me when I was heavy into music and that's like all I wanted to do. This is the kind of stuff that deterred me because you'll give me, all right, let me know what herbs are good for my stomach. Um, and so this is the stuff that uh this is the stuff that kind of deterred me when I wanted to be a full-time artist in music, because it was like, yeah, I want to do this, but if you don't have sponsors, if you don't have backing, if you're not, or you just gotta, if you're not constantly hustling outside of the content, it's not enough. If you're not constantly, what music artists are getting paid is it's pennies on a dollar. So this is the fear of being vulnerable and figuring it out is what deterred me in my early 20s. Now I'm in my mid 30s. I just turned 36. You know what I mean? And so now having to face that versus when I was younger is a different battle. But it's necessary because the truth is you can run from it, but it always comes to you. You can just get a cookie cutter 9 to 5 or whatever would be easier. And I worked that too. I worked regular jobs too. But at the end of the day, will you be happy? Is that going to be worth it? Is that enough? You got to invest outside of that. You got to do other stuff too. And luckily, I've learned that and done that, so that long term, no matter what happens, I'm good, right? Because nothing's guaranteed. But we are fortunate that we're in a time where we can be on these platforms, we can create, we can have a presence, we can have a brand, we can make a product, we can have a service. And those are things I'm working on. Even with learning the Zulu, I'm going to start teaching English and being a voice coach for people that want to learn English and have the American accent, actresses and artists that want to come this side, just like I want to come that side, and somebody's doing it for me. They're helping me with my Zulu, they're helping me with my accent. Sabona, Ujani, Buti, Sisi, Mama, Giapila, right? And so I'm learning to get it down because I know what I really, really want to do, that side, and what I'm really, really going to do. And it's going to be necessary for me to learn Zulu and have that accent down. And so that's one of the things that I discovered through the process. Um, and yeah, that's all I'll reveal with that for now. I might, when I first started on TikTok, I was doing beard content, and I was looking at a beard oil, and that may be something we revisit too. But what I w- basically what I want to say, if you're a creator, you have to have a product, a service, because what you get off of the streams and stuff is not enough. We just branched over to Facebook, Khalis 8. Check it out. I'm going to post it on my Instagram story again. Facebook pays the most out of all platforms. So that's a good hustle too. I see people doing skits and stuff over there that's making bread. Absolutely. May our ancestors of Africa be with you and what you want deep in your heart. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, family. Undine. And so, yeah, that's real. And so, yeah, the ancestors know what's in your heart. They know what you want. My auntie is my ancestor now. My mother, my grandmother, my uncle that made this painting. They know what it is. And so they just want you to work for it and show it and present itself. And if you don't take that opportunity, then it's bad. It's bad for you. You're doing a disservice to the gifts that God gave you and the opportunities that He gave you. And so work hard. Me and my brother was just talking about this. David Goggins, he's like, yo, he just goes hard. Like, he just works hard. You have to work really hard. And make sure you manage your health too, but work really hard. And you'll get there. And you'll get an opportunity. And you'll get a shot. Right? I know my time is coming, and it's really already come in some ways. What up, bruh? What up, Bafo? Salute. I've been doing this a lot too, using this emoji a lot. So that's funny you said that. But yeah, so I've got it. I mean, listen, I can't complain. The numbers that I've gotten on TikTok, on YouTube, on IG, and I wasn't even posting at first my stuff on IG. I wasn't even I started reposting on there, killing it. And so I know um whatever goals I had in mind or whatever I saw as success, like I see it coming. I see it in the present. I see the love that I get, the support, the traction that I get. And so I make sure I direct that energy in a way that I can sleep at night, because it's a lot of things I could post that would go up, and I want to make sure that I protect my energy with that. I was getting into it with brother Tariq Nasheed, and I'm like, man, I could post this on my Instagram too and make it go up. But I also, as much as I want to be outspoken as a Black American, as I am outspoken as a Black American, as much as I want to make an impact, and I am making an impact within the African diaspora, I want to make sure I go about it the right way. And so that's a little bit harder. I could definitely just chase clout only and run up these numbers. But long term, that's not the direction I want to go, because I know what I really want to do and what I'm going to do. And so for me to move in those spaces and for me to maintain the integrity I have to do it the right way. I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm based in Los Angeles. Absolutely. I know y'all feel the connection. I feel it too. And I always had it. Look, man. I'll show y'all around this house right now. That's how I grew up. That's what people don't understand. They think, you know, Tariq Nasheed will call me a tether, but he doesn't know I grew up in a house with African masks everywhere. Got my grandmother right there. She's a teacher, teaching me Swahili at 5 years old, right? And so I grew up in a space like that. Look at this. This is what I would wake up to. This ain't no joke. This ain't no tether. This ain't no, one day I just woke up and decided that I wanted to do this. Shout out to my aunt RP on Gail Chroma. My last name is Chroma, right? She gave me the name Khalees, which is why I'm doing a lot of things in her honor and my mother's honor, who gave me my first name, Tahrim, right? And that means haram, sin, forbidden. And Khalees means pure. And so I'm always fighting between what's pure and what's forbidden. But I have pure intentions at the end of the day. Thank you. Thank you. RIP to her. May her soul rest in peace. She's with the ancestors now. But yeah, I'm saying all that to say is that I ain't new to this. I'm true to this. I was literally born to be in a space that connects with the African diaspora. And so as a creator, I try to be as responsible as I can with that opportunity. And, sometime the dark side come out, but you're always going to see the light, which the last name I have, the third name, the most recent name, Kanya. Y'all gave me that name and you didn't even know. And it means the light, right? And so Khalees meaning pure and Kanya meaning the light. Look at God. Like, that's not a mistake. And so I have to live in this light and make sure I uphold that. And I know people are attracted to the light. I know how people are in my family, and they're drawn towards me for that reason. My friends, people in the public eye, like, it's a blessing, it's a gift. And so I try to make sure I redirect that energy in a positive way, even if I get off track sometimes, as I think that's normal and we're human. Look at this though. Oh, I keep looking at this. This is like so me and my mother. Look at that, just protecting her child. My aunt was like that too, because she had no kids. Me and my brother were her children. And so I love her dearly. and I'm going to post some videos where we talked about South Africa too. Um, but she knew, and she wanted me to take her there, and she didn't make it. You know what I mean? To the point where I could bring her out there. But last time I was in South Africa, I was on FaceTime crying with her, like, yo, I love you. I know you're not going to be here forever. I'm not going to be here forever. And I just want to have this moment with you. And I had the same moment with my mother before she passed. But both of them were people that were go-getters, that were creators, that, business, entrepreneurship, all the things I'm stepping into, you know, and I had to build my confidence within myself because they were always people that were pushing me and my cheerleaders, so to speak, my support system. And now that it's me, even though I have my queen Zoe, I have my siblings, my brother, my sister, I have cousins, I have aunt, I have maybe two aunts left, uncle, my mother's brother, Uncle Mushir. Like I have some people, but at the end of the day, when you grown and you this big age, you have to be your own support system. You have to be the person that says, keep going, even when it's hard. And so that's something I had to learn. At 30 years old, I had to learn that. I didn't even really feel grown till I was 30, like really standing on my own. And I had to when I was forced to. And so as much as I feel like I'm grown, and as much as I think that people in general will feel like you'll reach a certain age and be like, damn, I'm still learning stuff. I still gotta go. It's still another level. My aunt was saying, I'm 75, I'm still learning stuff. It's like, it don't never stop. And so at this big age, 30 was the new 20 again. I was like, damn, I'm learning these lessons. I got to do this. I got to do that. And I know we all feel it now because we're in a space now in the world where everything's being revealed. 2024 is the year of revelation where we're seeing celebrities get taken out, the Diddy's and the Trey Songz, whoever. People are like, we're unveiling this wool from over your eyes and showing the real. We have wars going on. We have food deficits. We have unemployment. I know y'all deal with that out there. We deal with it here too. Taxes, inflation, all these things. You got to manage all these things and still stay sane and still create and still show up every day. That's an everyday struggle. And so, and for me, I said we're going to stop using struggle. We say battle. That's an everyday battle. And so I fight against all that. And I deal with stuff too. I deal with mental health. I deal with real health, like I was saying, like physical stuff with my health. I just had deja vu when the train rolled by, y'all. I need to check the last time I was on here, but I don't think I was on here since I've been here. And so I'm fighting. I am your fighter. And I want to continue to be an example for people that don't know how to do it, are too scared to do it, or can't do it themselves. My homie, Prince, he hit me up. And I mean, not the Prince, but his name is Prince. He hit me up and he was like, bro, we try for the people that can't do it themselves. And that touched me. I was like, damn, like that's some real shit. Like everything I'm doing it for me, but also it's somebody watching me that gains inspiration from that because they can't do it themselves or they don't believe they can do it themselves. It's really they don't believe they can do it themselves. That's really what it is. They don't believe it. It's not that they can't do it. They just don't believe it. And so that's kind of the direction I want to move more towards. And keep that in mind is that it's not just about me anymore. It's other people that are watching that gain inspiration from seeing my journey and not seeing me give up. And that is the common denominator. When you look at stories and you see people that have made it, whatever that means to you, the difference between somebody that doesn't make it and somebody that does is that they didn't give up. Nipsey was talking about it. And I knew Nipsey, met him a couple times, a gang of times, right? His store was right around the corner from where I lived at. I used to go there, see his brother. I used to run into him in the hood and Crenshaw. What up, Nip? He'll just chop it up with you like regular. And he said that. He said that he went through every emotion, and the only difference between him and somebody else, even if they're more talented, is that he didn't give up. And so you can't give up. You can't give up because we made it here. We made it past the egg. So if you make it past the egg and you're one in what? What is it? What is the chances of making it? 1 billion? It's like you made it. You gotta at least try. So anytime you feel like giving up, you gotta at least try. And so when I do this, I'm doing this for me so I can talk to y'all and communicate and be vulnerable. But I'm also doing it for you because I want you to see an example of somebody that can do it too. And I'm accessible. You can hit me up. If you know me, like if you follow me, you comment stuff, 9 times out of 10 I answer. I answer comments. I'm going through hundreds. I know factually I've answered thousands of comments easily. I go through that many. In my DMs, I go through that many. Yesterday I had 16 DMs off of one story, just off of one section of my story, just one post. And I answer all of them because I know that I know what it is. I know what it's like. I understand. America mirrors South Africa so much. And that's why we can relate because we went through our own apartheid. We went through, you know, the social justice movement, Jim Crow, Martin Luther King. He could be like our Mandela, Malcolm X, right? And so y'all went through apartheid. Your parents saw stuff that you didn't see, same with our parents. And so sometimes that makes them look at us like, man, we had it harder than y'all. Y'all soft. But they lived in a time where they could work one job and pay off a house. Right? So they're not seeing the world that we live in. The world that we live in is changing rapidly. We have AI. We have redlining. We have racism. We have a lot of things that we're up against. I would say more so now it's a humanitarian and classism issue than just, black, white, whatever. And we have to fight against all of that. And they want us to fight each other. It's all these gender wars and diaspora wars. And so the real war is within, is where you really just fighting with yourself. Back to Nip. Life is just a fight against your disbeliefs. And so if you really believe in yourself, if you really believe you can do it, if you see it and you execute, that is you standing on business. Everybody's standing on, but you standing on the business of, man, I did all this and I made it, right? And then you just keep going. There is no, you get to this point where you content, you just stop. You just keep going. And so that's what I've been blessed with the opportunity to do, and I'm gonna keep doing it, and I'm gonna keep tapping in with y'all. I think people want the real, and so I want to come in here and talk about the real more. And I think that's what this space is for, right? And so y'all stay tuned for more. You tap in with me on Instagram. You tap in with me on TikTok. You tap in with me on Twitter. Khalees8. It's the same as it's always been. And all the links are on my Instagram. And we gonna meet here. We gonna meet here every week. We gonna meet here. I ain't gonna promise 3 times, 5 times, 7 times. I'm gonna just say every week we gonna meet here. And I look forward to seeing y'all again up until me returning. But see the journey. See the journey. Come with me. Or maybe we'll do some vlogging. I've been running from like, I don't want to do no vlogging. You know, maybe we'll do walks. Walks with Khalees. Let's just walk. Let's just talk. And I think that's necessary because as much as, you know, we get in our bubbles and we get discouraged and we get off track. Shout out to Jason, love from South Africa. I see you, brother. There has to be a point where we hold ourselves accountable. And I think there's room for opportunity with that. And I hope you do this for you too. Like when you're watching, when I talk about things, I hope you pick up lessons, and I hope you do it for yourself too, because I want to see you win. Forget me. You know, I'm gonna be on my path and do what I got to do for me. But at the end of the day, I want you to win. It's all for nothing if you don't see it and that doesn't inspire you to do something for yourself. Because we all have an expiration date. We don't know when it is. We all have an expiration date. And so if you don't really push up until, you're doing a disservice to yourself, you're doing a disservice to your family, you're doing a disservice to God, right? Whoever God is to you. And when you leave, you want to have something that people can grasp. You see all these books, look at all these books. Look at all these books. All these books, right? Why do we value books? Because we can learn, because we can go back. I'm in Baltimore, bruh. Because we can go back and we could be like, wow, like you learn somebody's journey, you learn history. Let me see if I got, because I know I got, some African. Look at these. Ancient Egyptian. Right? They were just talking about that with Cat Williams. Great black American. Like, why is that important? Why is that important? Actually, let me go back. Let me not be too ADD. Let's stay on this, right? You saw Cat Williams talking with Joe Rogan about the pyramids and who built it. Yeah, what's up, Jason? Right? Why did they leave writings on the wall? Because they left you a blueprint. They left you a blueprint. Why can't we recreate what they did with the pyramids? Look at that. The writings on the wall, hieroglyphics. Why can't we recreate that? Because they knew something we didn't. We all have had knowledge at every step of civilization. And so if we leave something for people, that'll help the future. That'll help our kids, our grandkids, so on and so forth. And so all this is information. The visuals that we post, TikTok, all that stuff, all it's information. Some of it is foolishness. Some of it is just funny. Ha ha ha. You know, sometimes we're just looking at nyash. But if you really with it and you really want to have an impact on culture, on people, on life, on your legacy, you leave information. And so that's all I'm doing. One day somebody will go back and look at my journey and be like, damn, you did that too? You did that? You went to Africa? You did? And hopefully you will too. So someone can learn from you, you know? Or you have kids and you pass stuff on to them and they carry it. It's all information. I saw Donald Glover talking about that. It's like, we're all just exchanging information. That's all it is. And so what are you going to leave for your family? What are you going to leave for your legacy? Have you ever stopped being friends or talking to someone based on who they vote for? No. But people are like that. They'll get mad at you if you voted for Trump and stop talking to you, all kinds of weird stuff. People were fighting over the shot a couple years ago. Oh, you took it or you didn't. Like, what is going on? We breaking up families for that? People are ridiculous. You ask me, it don't matter who you vote for. We screwed either way. You vote for you. You vote for you because you got to bet on yourself. If the president, if who your parents are, your teachers, your boss, all these people that have authority over you dictate your life, then something's not right. Your life is not in your control and you're not taking accountability. It don't matter who the president is. I need to feed me. I need to educate myself. You need to elevate. You need to govern your neighborhoods. Whether it's Ramaphosa or my brother Julius Malema, you got to do it for you. People are fighting about the EFF and the ANC. Every year you're going to fight. Every 4 years. Did it change? People were fighting about Biden and Trump. Biden got in and now they're crying about Biden because there's no accountability. It didn't matter in the first place. If you were handling your business for you, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. Now, wars and stuff like that, that's out of your control, I get that. If it's life or death, but then also if you have the mobility, you have your stuff in order, you could just move around. These cats got underground bunkers and all kinds of stuff. They got stuff to set in place when stuff happens. You need to have the kind of money and mobility that allows you access to move like you want, and so you don't have to deal with certain things. And that's a whole different conversation. And that's what I'm working on for my life. But one thing I do know is that I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for coming in, for tapping in with me, for chopping it up with me. Absolutely, Jason, you have a good one as well. And hit me up. Hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up on TikTok. Hit me up on whatever. Facebook, Khalis8, my business page. The website is up, khalis8.com. Put your email in. Sign up for the newsletter. Tap in. You know what it is. Umdini, I'll see you soon. Till next time. Peace from Khalis. Much love. Shop.